Yeah, hello guys. Uh, Steady Crux Pips once again, and we're still on the Agimat trading system entry methods. Now, today I'm going to show you one of the entry methods that I use for maybe one of my safest, conservative, but most profitable type of trades. Now, this entry method is based off supply and demand zones. I know a lot of people, some people here probably know about supply and demand zones. And well, if you do, then maybe, you know, it's great for you to watch this video, or you can decide to just, just, just enjoy the video, regardless of whether you know it or not. But anyway, for those who don't and who want to, have something really conservative, something that is very safe, something that is more like, how would I call it? It's more like the patient traders type of entry. It's not the type of entry method that you are gonna get like, signals every now and then. You could go a week with just one signal or maybe two, but they are highly profitable. Trust me. These are highly profitable trades. These are the kind of trades where you need not fear of using, good contract sizes to take them because their risk to reward ratio, depending on what your money management skills are very good. You could have like 1 hour, 2 hour, risk one to get four, risk one to get five, But let me go into it. And please, just before I move on further, always remember, always, please, 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 if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and that's all you can do. But anyway, let me share the method. So what are supply and demand zones? Supply and demand zones are zones where price makes a reaction. It could make a reaction to the downside, or it could make a reaction to the upside. But why are supply and demand zones different from supply and resistance? Supply and resistance are price points, points on the chart where price touches and bounces off. Now, points and zones, there are key differences there. Now, if I'm looking at this chart right now, this is AUD/USD. I'm looking at the 1 hour right now. If I'm looking for points to say, okay, where can I find like supply, support and resistance? I'd probably be looking at somewhere like this, right here. Can you see this? Maybe I should make this like green so it could be brighter. So, price kind of like got here and bounced off, went all the way, got here somewhere around this line and bounced off. This is like a support zone. A support zone is where price touches, fails to break, and bounces off. And resistance zone is the opposite, where price touches at the top, fails to break above, and comes all the way down. So we could say this is like a nice, support support zone here on this chart right now. Let me look for a resistance. It'll be 2 points really. Connect 2 points on a straight line. Here we go. So basically we could say this is resistance, like here and here. This is resistance. You can see price touched it, came down, touched it again, and came down. Now, this point, so support and resistance, they are quite different from zones. Zones are more like, well, you can equate them to bank levels once again. I talked about bank levels in one of my first video, but let me expatiate on it more. Like I said, there are levels where, the higher institutions try to, put their orders on the market, anticipating a move to the upside or the downside. So a lot of them put their orders there way before a lot of us retail traders, because at the end of the day, they run the markets, not us. Because it's that kind of liquidity that moves the market. So any pair you're trading that you don't have liquidity, it's not worth trading, because you need liquidity. You need the markets to move before you can make profits. A market that doesn't move or stalls is not going to give you anything. So a lot of these huge financial institutions in the forex market actually have their orders placed at these zones. Now, I'm not saying supply and support and resistance don't work. They work. If you study, if you know about price action very well, and you know how to trade the range, you will be able to use supply and resistance in combo with, Fibonacci ratios, that's a whole different story entirely, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to explain to you the trading entry method using supply and demand zones. But I had to just touch on what those zones are. So you can see what support and resistance is. And you can see when I drew support and resistance, it didn't actually line up. It only lined up here with this zone, but it didn't actually line up here with this zone. So you can see zones are different. So you're asking, how did I get these zones? Well, it's a simple indicator. Again, just one indicator. Let me right click indicators list. It's called subdem. Anyway, you could Google online and look for any supply and demand indicator out there, but this one is just called subdem. You can see it there. Nothing to change, just the color. It's kind of dark, so I changed the colors here. This for supply and this for demand. But you can leave it as default. Just put it on your chart. It's going to find those, zones for you. I could go into a whole maybe 2-hour video on how to actually draw them manually, but there's absolutely no need for that. If you have an indicator that can find them for you, then your intuition is enough. The indicator does a good job already. So here we have them. But how do we use them? Now, again, remember, I always tell you, remember, you are trying to form your bias on the higher time frame. Now, when you are using supply and demand zone, remember, this is a trade that, these are trades that are highly profitable setups, but you don't get them every time. You want to go to the daily chart. The daily chart is where I specifically look for my zones to trade from. Now, you're looking at the daily chart on AED USD. This is the daily chart. This is an Agimat template, quite all right. I only added the supply and demand indicator to it. That's all I added. Everything else says Agimat. Now, if you are looking at this daily chart here, again, the strategy is go to the daily chart, not the 4-hour, the daily chart, when you're trying to use the entry method for supply and demand zones. Now, you can see on the daily chart, it is very clear here. There are 3 zones. This here is a supply zone. Supply zones are zones where you look to sell. Demand zones are zones where you look to buy. So this is a supply zone here. This is a supply zone here. You can see the trend going on here. From one supply zone to another supply zone, it basically tells you this is downtrend, right? That's how you notice trends using zones. It's different. If you connect trend lines as well, let me just draw a quick trend line. You can see again, there's a nifty little downtrend going on right here, right? Okay, let me take that out. But just a heads up that when you see zones below zones is a significant show of a trend going down. And when you see zones above zones, you see a trend going up. So right now, we have a zone here at 0.73457. We have another zone here at 0.72452. And we have another zone here at 0.71708. Good. Those are supply zones. Those are zones that we are expecting that once price gets there, you need to be patient. You need to wait for price to get there. When price gets to those levels, we are looking for an opportunity to buy. And of course, if you looked at the earlier videos on the trading entry method, you could use any one of those methods to get in and put in a buy order for AED USD. But presently, if you look at this chart, where is the zone where price is at right now? Right now, price is at the demand zone. Yes, and recently price. I'm doing this video on the weekend, and I took the AED USD trade. I think on a Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. So one of the two, Thursday or Friday, because I saw price hit this zone. It wasn't just waiting for me to form my bias on the 4-hour daily. I also had this zone in mind already. This is 0.70044. This is a zone on the daily, very strong. Remember, when you find zones, and there's a difference. There are zones that are stronger than other zones. What do I mean by that? Now, you have a fresh zone and a new zone. A fresh zone is a zone where price has only touched it once. That is a fresh zone. So here is a fresh zone. You can see the only price action that has been to this zone is here. So this is going to be a very strong zone in the future if price gets there. This is another fresh zone. Price went there once and never touched it again. Now this demand zone we have here is not so strong. Why? Because price has actually touched it once, twice, second time, third time. So if price comes to this zone a fourth time, I wouldn't take it too seriously because it's not fresh anymore. It's not a fresh zone. It's not a new zone. It's not a zone where price has never been to, price has touched it. So definitely it's not gonna, play so much significance in your trading bias if price comes to it. But right now, I'm trading off this demand zone because immediately I saw price touched it, and of course I had the yellow box. This is the daily chart, for example. I had the yellow box there. I just took it, and price has been rising steadily. And if I'm going to form a bias on where to exit, I'm probably looking at this thick black line here, this level here, or this zone. One of these two will be my target to exit this trade. Yeah, I'll be looking seriously at this thick black line and this new, this fresh zone. This is a fresh zone. I've only been hit once. So when you have a supply zone here and a demand zone, like I said, supply zones are zones where you look to sell, and demand zones are zones where you look to buy. I don't want to make it too complicated. I just want to keep it as simple as possible. Now, if you're trading this kind of setup, remember, you may not find, so like I was saying, you may not find so many opportunities out there. Maybe in a week you might just find one, but that one may be all you need for that week. Trust me, it may be all you need for that week if you are using this kind of method. And the stronger zones are the zones that are fresh, the ones that price has only hit there once. But when you see a zone that price has been there twice, it's not bad, but you need to pay attention because it's not as strong as the ones where price has only hit there once. So looking at this chart right now, I expect, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I expect if price gets to this zone, I expect price to come back down. And if price comes back down and manages to kind of like break out of this demand zone, I'm expecting price to go all the way down looking for another demand zone. That's how these zones work. Let me reduce this. Let me go to like a weekly chart. There you go. This is the weekly chart. You can see again that even on the weekly chart, you can see that this is a demand zone on the weekly chart. So definitely the price was bound to hit that zone and move up. Now this is one of my most conservative entry methods, but I use this basically to swing trades. Like when I want to go into a trade for long term, I just go to daily chart. I just scan through all my charts like I have here. I think I have a template of it somewhere here, with the symbol changer. I kind of like scan through all the charts. I have zones everywhere. Everywhere I can see zones, I kind of like mark them out. Like right now, Euro USD just bounced off. No, this is a H4. Let me go to the daily. So, okay, actually on the daily, it's coming down off. See this little zone here? See these zones. This wasn't so much of a fresh zone. Price bounced off it a couple of times for finally going down. But this one was fresh. Price bounced off it. Oh, it's not fresh because price has touched it again. Price only needs to touch a zone twice. Doesn't need to go in. Touch it twice, it's no more fresh. But the fresh ones are very strong. Very, very strong. And you see this one, it touched it once and it's just coming down. When you're trading off zones, it's tough. Now for USD JPY, everything is on the daily. I'm expecting, it's not an Agimat template, this is where I just used to dissect. This is like a plain chart where I used to dissect, zones that I have the zone template, the zone indicator here. Just a quick run around through the possible zones that I'm looking to trade off, for each pair. So definitely I'm looking at this zone. It's pretty fresh. If price somehow gets here, I'm trading off this. It's not exactly a fresh zone, but I like it. I expect that price should move off it. But aside that, if price decides to come down, then I'm looking at this demand zone to buy. It's a long way up, but trust me, this could happen in 3 or 4 days. Depends on how price moves. But anyway, back to the Agimat chart. Basically, this is how these zones, just work out. There's no, spectacular stuff about it. You just wait for price to get to that zone. And like I always say, watch out for zones that price has only hit there once. those are very strong zones. They may be far off your present price action right now, but if you're patient enough for price to get to zones and you take your entries from zones, you will be profitable. That is guaranteed. You will be profitable. I mean, price can do as much as it wants to do, but zones are so strong that price needs to react. Now, when price reacts at the zone, you need to know what to do. Don't go to a zone and just say, oh, okay, I'm at the zone, I'm going to buy. No, if you're at a demand zone, you know you are buying. If you're at the supply zone, you know you are selling. So you need to differentiate what the demand zone is and what the supply zone is. Of course, the supply zones are zones where you look to sell, and the demand zones are zones where you look to buy. It's really that simple. You won't get them every now and then, but once you get them, especially on the daily, like I said, I only use zones on the daily, When you see zones that are fresh on the daily, let me try and look for another trade right now. Maybe a GBP card, chart window, Agimat. Then let me just add the supply and demand indicator to it real quick. Okay. Okay, now I'm back on the daily. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is a demand zone. Price went all the way here, came down. Once it hit this zone, boom, went up. So this is not a fresh zone because price has hit it twice, but it's still a zone regardless. Now this one, price came here once, went up, hit it again, bounced. It's no more fresh, but you can see what is happening. Again, these are daily charts. You can see what is happening at these zones. Now, price is forming a zone here. Most likely it's going to go up, but I don't want to buy at an already formed zone. I want to always buy or sell at a new, fresh zones. Those are zones that I'm looking to take my trading decisions. You know, when a zone is fresh, there's high chance that it's going to work out. Let me try and minimize this. Let's see if, let's see if there's something up in the air. Can't see anything. Oh, these are the next zones here. Let me see on the weekly. Weekly. There's a zone here. On the weekly, actually, the next supply zone to sell somewhere around here. There you go. That's on the weekly chart. Somewhere around here. It's a bit faint, but you know, I can see it. Let me go to a plain chart. That's why I use a plain chart at times. GBP card, let me see GBP card. Don't worry about the other stuff you see on this screen. I'll probably touch on harmonics in another video, but for now, GBP card, so weekly, just to show you, here we go. So you can see on the weekly chart right now, there's a demand zone here, price hit there, a bit of consolidation for a couple of weeks. It's long, then moved out. Now, there's stuff going on around there. You don't want to take any decision here. You want price to either come here or here. These are the only places you want to take, you know, if you are looking at the weekly chart, these are the only places you want to take action on GBP card right now, because this is a fresh, the really, really fresh zone. So if you are looking to sell here, it's a high probability trade because it's a fresh zone. If you are looking to buy here, it's good as well, but it's not so fresh because your price mingled in and around the zone for a while. So let me go to the daily. Let me see whether I can get a zone. Can't really see a zone on GBP card. And once you can't see a zone, you know, that is really clear, you know, just go look for something else. That's the beauty of having so many pairs to trade. Let's take a look at gold. Aha, here you see. So you can see what's been happening. Fresh zone, bounced off, came up. Another fresh zone, bounced down. You know, didn't get to the zone here. Came up here, it's forming like a demand zone. So I'm thinking to myself, if gold gets to this level here, I'm thinking to sell. That's what I'm thinking for gold right now. So I'm not going to be bothered about what is happening with gold, you know, 1 hour or 4 hour charts. If I'm trading with the zone entry method, I'm only be interested in, you know, when price gets to this zone level, you know, I'm looking at what price is doing there, and all my thinking is I want to sell because this is a fresh, you know, supply zone. This is a zone where I expect a lot of institutions to have placed orders to sell gold. So this is my safe spot to sell gold. I don't want to be selling in the middle of nowhere using this entry method. And if I'm trying to buy gold, I'm looking at this zone right here. If for one reason or another gold goes crazy and just, you know, keeps tumbling down, I'm looking at this fresh zone here. to buy. And if it doesn't work out, this is going to be my next fresh zone to buy. So zones are really, really easy, type stuff to work with when you're using Agimat, and so and really with zones, it doesn't really matter about the entry method per se. It's more of looking if at the zones that they're trying to take the trade, if they're yellow box with black arrows or yellow boxes, or at those zone points, immediately price bounces up. Do they cross above the AM line? Those are the things you are looking for when you're trying to trade the zones. But like I said, just put the zone indicator on the Agimat template and look to take action at those zones. And fortunately for you, if those zones happen to coincide with places where Agimat throws up the yellow box with the black arrow and the white arrow, boom, just take the trade. So that's the trading entry method using supply and demand zones. Once again, if you like this video, click like, if you enjoy what you see, like and subscribe to this video. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the chat. I'll be able to explain more. Have a great one, guys. Bye.